This is Tropical Storm Chris, born in the Gulf of Mexico, about to make landfall in the state of Veracruz in Mexico. And this was quite unexpected since the disturbance earlier today was having only moderate chances and rapidly increased to 80%, and then tropical depression just 3 hours ago, and then intensified into a tropical storm. It made it into a tropical storm, the third cyclone in the Atlantic hurricane season, already 3 storms, and we are about to end the month of June. Position at 20 degrees north, 96.2 degrees west, and as you can see on the satellite imagery, all the convection, the rain, the clouds are practically over many parts of Mexico, from south to north and east from west. So this is a good break for Mexico in terms of rainfall, since we are dealing with a severe drought in the past years. But of course, as soon as it doesn't bring too much damage where it's making landfall, we are good so far. So the current conditions of the storm: 40 miles per hour sustained winds with a pressure of 1005 millibars and moving to the west at 13 miles per hour. This is latest at 22 hours Central Time, 3 hours local, it's 3 hours in the Universal Central Time, which is the June the 30th in the Central Time, July the 1st on the UTC 2024. And Tropical Storm Chris has born, so we made a cross on over the name 3, so we changed it to Chris, and this is a tropical storm right now, and of course it's closer to land, about 77 or even closer to that, or to Vega de la Torre in Veracruz, 82 kilometers to the northeast of Veracruz, which is the city of Veracruz, not the state, 97 kilometers to the east of Misantla, and 111 kilometers to the east of Jalapa, Veracruz, which is the capital of this particular state. And warnings in effect: tropical storm warning in effect from Cabo Rojo to Puerto Veracruz. Those tropical storm warnings have been issued since Tropical Depression 3 was designated 3 hours ago. So it was a good call. Not sure if the people actually were prepared enough for the arrival of this system, but hopefully it will not bring a lot of damage to the locations nearby where the storm is currently making landfall or about to make landfall. But you can see in this graphic, Chris is battling with easterly wind shear, very high wind shear in the past frames, but it managed to survive that and made it to be a tropical storm due to high humidity, good sea surface temperatures, and westerly practically nil wind shear. So that's one of the main reasons, or that's some of the main reasons that Chris managed to become the third tropical storm of the season before this month ends. And of course we have Hurricane Varial, category 4, nearly to make landfall in the Leeward Islands. And well, Chris is located about 28 to 29 degrees Celsius sea surface temperatures in the Gulf of Mexico, absolutely warm, so practically there's nothing for Chris to be impeded to improve on its intensity. Well, it didn't actually made any kind of struggling. Actually, it was benefited by the sea surface temperatures, 28 to 29 Celsius, and the humidity as well. You can see a general view of the Atlantic Ocean, very warm in practically the main development region, and the Caribbean Sea and the Gulf of Mexico absolutely warm as well. And the GFS model, practically, as you can see, Chris bringing a lot of rain in the next 12 to 18 hours after making landfall, and then in the next 3 to 5 days we are going to start to watch very closely tropical cyclone Varial or Hurricane Varial as it gets closer to the state of Quintana Roo, maybe in the island of Cozumel, in Cancun possibly as well, depending on how strong it gets or arrives to the Mexican coast in the eastern side. So these days are going to be quite eventful for Mexico in many parts due to tropical cyclone activity. And this is a multimodal diagnostics. Practically, this is a tropical storm and expected to dissipate quickly as it makes landfall in the next hours, possibly in the next 2 or 3 hours, or even less than that. So we are going to see in the next hours. Of course, wind shear it's quite high in the eastern quadrants, but absolutely low in the western quadrants, as you saw on the satellite imagery, that all the convection and clouds and thunderstorm activity was actually located to the west of Chris, and of course over Mexico, bringing all those effects and outflow as well. Sea surface temperatures 29 Celsius and the humidity extremely high, over 80%, which was also a contributing factor to Chris to become a tropical storm despite land interaction and easterly wind shear. It's something that was quite unexpected in a certain way, but of course it also was very well forecasted, and all the advisories were issued that possibly a tropical storm may form, and it did. So this is a check mark for the National Hurricane Center for predicting this newly tropical storm that is about to make landfall in the state of Veracruz. As you can see on the satellite imagery that you can see on the 413 website, all the inflow and influence of this tropical storm. It's over many states of Mexico, even in nearby the states of on the Pacific coast of Mexico. So it's going to be a really interesting scenario to see of how many states are going to actually receive the effects of this tropical storm. Personally, in particular, I've received some effects of this tropical storm on its rain bands earlier today in the afternoon in the northeastern part of Mexico, and really has refreshed a lot the weather. Over only 28 to 29 Celsius was felt today, and a lot of rain, thunderstorm activity as well. It helped a lot. So hopefully it will help as well in many parts of Mexico. But well, in the next hours we are going to be live to see to watch closely the arrival of tropical cyclone Hurricane Beryl in the Caribbean Sea, possibly making a direct landfall in the island of Grenada, or a very close passing to the island. A very dangerous situation for the Leeward Islands. Of course, it's a really intense hurricane, pretty impressive situation in the meteorological history. So of course, stay tuned with our social media and our channels, because we are going to be live soon, so please don't miss it out.
Become an ultimate fan today.